I'd 40F. Cheated on my husband 42M of 14 years a few months ago. I'm sorry for what I did, but I have no idea what he thinks, and he won't speak to me. I know from the get-go I'm already the villain here, and I understand that, but I'll try to explain the whole situation first. I do love my husband. I know people will say I don't because of what I did, but I do. It was a mistake. I had an affair with a mutual friend for a few weeks. It only lasted a month before my husband came home from work for his lunch break and caught us. I assume he must have been getting suspicious because he's never done that. We were not doing anything, but we were in bed together, and he could figure it out from there. I know what I did is wrong, and I know the pain I caused my husband. I'm sorry for it, and nothing could make that up. He left the house and didn't come back until very late. I tried calling him, but he wouldn't answer. The next morning, I saw his side of the bed was slept in, but he was up before me. I found him in the kitchen and started apologizing, but he didn't take it. Instead, he just asked me how long I'd been with Isaac, our friend, and lots of details about when, how it started, etc. When he was satisfied, he said that was enough and left. I don't know where he spent that day, but he returned at night. I stopped seeing Isaac altogether. After that, he never said anything about the affair to me again. He started acting the way most people tend to do after an argument. He wasn't loving or friendly or angry or passionate, just cold and distant. He spoke to me only when necessary. Our anniversary was only a month away, so I thought he was waiting for that day to pass to ask for a divorce. I started contacting lawyers, but the anniversary passed. He took me out to an awkward dinner, and that was that. It's been 7 months since he caught us, and he hasn't mentioned it ever again. I bring it up sometimes because I want to address it. I want closure, but he always shuts me up and gets moody the rest of the day. He doesn't act the way he used to around me, but he's polite and sometimes even friendly. We've stopped having sex, and he only kisses me when he leaves for work. Basically, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I don't think he wants to leave me, but I'm starting to get really uncomfortable. I know what I did was wrong. I'd understand if he wanted a divorce, even though I don't. What I don't understand is his nonchalance for everything. I don't know if he still loves me. I know what I did was. I don't want to lose him, and I will never do something like that again. But if I try to talk to him about what happened, apologize, and the awkwardness in some way, he won't hear it and will leave. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to make of it. TL Doctor. I cheated on my husband, he caught us, and for the past 7 months refuses to mention it. We're not on good terms, but he doesn't treat me badly or angrily either, and I just don't know what to make of it. Story 2. My boyfriend saw me out in town helping a man with directions and took it the wrong way. He thinks I'm cheating. What do I do? I'm 23F, he's 29M, dating for 3 years. Yesterday afternoon I was on break at work. I went to buy some food and go to sit at my usual spot on some benches to watch the pigeons. A man came to sit next to me, and he was on his phone. After a few minutes he said "excuse me," and showed me his phone asking about directions to a bank. Apparently he wasn't from around here, and he couldn't figure out which way to go due to the many winding paths in the area. I leaned over and was tapping his phone to show him which direction to best go. He said something funny and I laughed, mainly out of courtesy, and I joked how I always get people asking for directions. We spoke for a few more minutes before he thanked me and left. I completely forgot about him until I got home to my incredibly off boyfriend. It's like he was waiting for me to come home. The second I walked in the door, he bombarded me with questions, asking who I was out in town with and why I was spending my work breaks with another man. He mentioned how he's never seen him before and thought I didn't have any male friends. He was apparently on his way to see me at work. As he was in town for unrelated things, the benches are practically just outside my office, so he clearly must have seen me. I tried to explain that he just approached me to ask for directions, but my boyfriend was having none of it. He's not speaking to me, no matter what I say, and I overheard him last night speaking to his Discord friends about how I cheated on him. His friends are also my friend that we play games with, so I'm absolutely mortified. I don't know what to do. Please help. TLDR, my boyfriend saw me out in town yesterday, helping a man with directions, and now he thinks I'm cheating on him. He won't speak to me, and he's already told all our friends that I cheated on him. What do I do? Story 3. My 18F sister, 30s F, is actually my biological mother. This is an extremely specific situation, so I'm sure that if anyone I know uses Reddit, they'll immediately figure out that it's me. But hey, that's what throwaways are for, and right? So my older sister was never around much. She moved away when I was a kid and lived hours away. Never visited, never called much except for the occasional Christmas, and just generally wasn't much a force in my life. I always knew she existed, and there was some big row between her and my parents, and that's why they didn't talk much, but that's about it. She's a complete stranger to me and always has been, but recently, about 2-3 years ago, she suddenly moved back here and started wanting to get all close to us again. Even still, we never really talk much. We had maybe 3 full conversations in that time. My mom's constantly been going on and on about this big family secret involving my sister. Wanting to tell me but also not wanting to at the same time, and I repeatedly kept going, yeah, I don't care that much. This family already has enough drama. Don't beat yourself up about not telling me whatever it is, BC, I kinda don't want to know. So I was left in the dark, but didn't really mind. However, a few days ago, my mom decided that I actually really needed to know right away because she didn't want my sister telling me first. And so, she explained that she's actually infertile and me plus all my siblings are adopted, which, okay, kinda guessed that one deep down already. You don't learn genetics in middle school biology class and then walk away not questioning why your parents both have blue eyes and your brother has brown. But the big thing is that estranged big sis is actually the person who gave birth to me. I'm not actually worked up about any of this. Like, at all. My mom, my real mom, the one who raised me, means a lot to me. She's always been there for me when I needed her. There's been some hiccups here and there, but we love each other a lot, and she gave me a pretty happy childhood. And I haven't particularly changed how I feel about my sister either, aside from the awkwardness, and oh so that's what that was about, realizations every 5 minutes. I haven't suddenly developed an emotional connection with her or particularly want one. I'm not mad at her for leaving or anything either. I had a good childhood and I totally understand why she did what she did. Like, if I had a kid, when I was still pretty much a kid myself, and had to watch it grow up right next to me but not be a part of that, whether it was my choice or not, it'd crush me too. I don't feel any one particular way about her at all in either direction. She's still just some random relative I've heard some things about but don't know. All that backstory aside, even though I haven't changed my feelings about any of this and don't really give half as she does. She moved back here to try and have a relationship with me. She's been buying me small gifts, which I didn't find odd at LBC. She does that for my brothers, too, so I thought even though she doesn't know me, she didn't want me to feel left out. But now, with this knowledge, and trying to suddenly act like a parental or guiding figure. I always felt like whenever we happened upon each other in the last couple years, like during Christmas parties, or just because she was coming over for lunch, she would always seem to act like we were way closer than we actually are. Like, lady, you seem cool enough, but I don't even know you and you certainly don't know me, and know that she knows I know. She's most likely going to try really hard to insert herself into my life and I'm just not sure if I'm okay with that. I'm not good with strangers. I was a shut-in for years, and I'm an extremely shy and self-contained person, but suddenly there's all this expected emotional contact with someone I barely know, and it's just a lot.